疲れ様です。りょうです。今回なんですけど、テキサス州のボーモントっていうところにやばい車見つけたんで、今から突してみたいと思います。で、今日はダラス在住のヒデくんと一緒に行きます。
ヒデです。
はい、ヒデくんよろしくお願いします。
お願いします。
はい、カマチョー。はい、カマチョー。
It's like a rock climbing.
やばいっすね。カメラちょっともらっていいですか？
はい。
あ、そのままでいいですか？
そのままになりました。
すごい。お邪魔します。到着です。見てください。やばいですよ、今回のやつも。はい。で、この車の軽トラのオーナーさんなんですけど、クレイグさんですね。早速お願いします。
Hey, Craig san.
Hey, Craig.
How y'all doing?
Hey, nice to meet you. Okay, so could you tell us about yourself?
My name is Craig Moe. I built Texas 2, my little project, little dream truck build. It turned into something a lot bigger than I ever expected. It's supposed to be on 44-inch tires, not 58s like you see. I built it for going mudding, just something to go play out in the mud with, have fun, and everybody tends to actually love it just as much as I do. So now, taking it to shows and showing it off to everybody and getting interviews, that way everybody can enjoy it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay, can I look around the car?
More than welcome.
It's 58.
Yes, sir. It's a 58-inch tire with a 30 by 15-inch steel wheel that I designed and welded up.
Oh, you like that?
Yes, sir. I had a guy cut the centerpiece out on a CNC machine. He shipped them to me. These are tractor barrels, and I welded them in place, and then I sent them off to my buddy who had them powder coated for me. Just because I'm not a professional painter. I'm not a professional anything, but I'd rather a nicer paint job than what a spray paint can do. It has 8 lugs on it, just like your standard 3/4 ton truck like a Dodge or older Ford and whatnot. It's an 8 by 6.5 lug pattern.
Like same as the Hummer, I guess.
Probably so. I've never had a Hummer, but it's a really standard lug pattern, just like on a Chevy, a Dodge, or a Ford. But yeah, that's a special hub adapter for these military axles that I'm running. These are 2.5 ton military axles on the front end. These came off of a deuce and a half truck. So they typically had a 6-lug pattern, but these axles, when I got them, they already had a hub conversion done to where I could fit the 8-lug hub onto it. Let's see, we've got a 9-inch hydraulic ram that we use to steer the tires with. I can turn that steering wheel with my finger and turn them easily. You know, no stress at all on your hand.
And what about this face?
Face?
It's like a shark.
Excuse me, what's the model?
The model, it is a 1992 AutoZam Scrum. AutoZam is a kickoff of Monster. I think it was early or somewhere in the 90s when they quit doing AutoZams, but that's just one of the common ones that look just like a Suzuki Carry, a Honda, Active.
Yeah.
So they're all similar bodies. They all have the same 660 motor originally. Like this one was all original before I took it apart. The same body style. They all parts almost kind of interchangeable. I couldn't fit the original body with it. I mean, not the body, the original bumper. The original bumper was all plastic and it was kind of hard to make it fit.
Yeah.
So I designed the big flat bumper, and then stepping back and looking at the truck, it looked like 2 big eyeballs. And I was like, man, we got to put a mouth in there. So instead of just taking the steel and cutting the design of teeth in it, I decided to do it more 3-dimensional like, and the bumper's made out of 4-inch steel. The teeth are actually made out of 1/8-inch steel. I cut each of these pieces individually, cut them down the middle, folded them, and then welded them in each. So that way it gives it more of a real effect, you know, not just a cut into a piece of plate type deal like most people do.
Wow.
You got your heavy-duty sway bars. You got big limit straps, so that way you don't overextend your suspension. These are 16-inch nitrogen shocks, CNC overtime. I have them adjusted at about between 6 and 8 inches. So it's about half the height that it could be at, but it gives you a lot better ride quality while driving around. It's not as stiff on you. We've got brake rotors on the pinions here. Yeah. So I have this is actually a monster rotor, and this is a Toyota caliper off of a 1986 Toyota pickup truck.
Okay.
So that's what I'm using on the front and rear drive shafts that will stop the whole vehicle. So I don't need brake rotors on each hub. I just have it on the front and rear.
And the rear.
Yes, sir. And so it'll stop it on a dime. It works really well. They're not the best for highway use because they get hot really fast.
Yeah.
Because your drive shaft's spinning a lot faster than your tires are. So that's why they're not recommended for the highway. Whenever you go to the monster truck shows and you see them jump in the air and you see something round and red glowing underneath their trucks in the air, it's their brake rotors that are actually glowing from all the heat of them hitting the brakes so much and going fast.
How you get into the heat?
Let's see. Let's go hop on the driver's side and I'll show you. So I left the keys in the truck, but I actually have a wireless key fob on my keys where I can let this step down automatically. I do have switches up here. That allows it to go out. I use a Harbor Freight 3,500-pound winch to operate it. They work really well. Hey,
So cool.
Oh my god.
Stay off.
get off.
ちょっとこっち来るんで。はい。やば。Oh, then you got the air horns.
Yes, sir. Those are solid aluminum train horns. They came off of an actual train.
So
So they're just as loud as the train going down the tracks.
Can I hear the sound?
Yes, sir. I can.
I mean, later.
I'll push them here in a second.
Okay.
I built this whole hood style.
Okay.
That way I can access the motor and work on it. This is the front of the motor. You got your transmission facing the backside. You got your power steering fluid reservoir right here. I built this whole container to act kind of like a snorkel would. So it can let air in through the sides but not let the mud fly up in to get to the intake. That way the whole thing stays encased as much as possible to keep the mud from getting up in there.
And what's that? What's this engine? You said
The engine is a 454. It came out of a 1972 El Camino SS. It's a 2-bolt main.
Okay.
It's the only thing original on it is the block and rotating assembly. It's got aftermarket heads, rocker roller cam, lifters, oil pump, just everything outside of the block and rotating assembly is aftermarket. It pumps out a good bit more horsepower than it would from the factory. Hopefully this coming week I'll be putting on a new blower supercharger on it.
Oh, yeah?
A 144. And shoot, we'll see how much power we can get out of it.
Yeah. Could you start up the engine?
Oh yeah, I can start it up for you. Let me shut this for a second. And fold this up.
Awesome, amazing.
Thank you. Each wheel and tire combo weighs 304 pounds apiece. That's because they're solid steel wheels. And then you can see the whole pulley assembly on the backside. I want to keep it all plexiglass, that way it kind of showcases it. But also, if we have any type of fire or anything bad going on, I can actually visually see it instead of it being, you know, metal or something and encased to where you won't know what's going on until it's done caught fire or something.
And how long did it take to build this?
It took me a year and 8 months to build it. That was just to the day that it took me to drive it out.
What made you build this?
What made me want to build it? Well, like I said, I always wanted a monster truck, and typically most people go build like a square body Chevy, Ford, or something like that, which I love all those, but I've always been wanting to be somebody different. So I was looking for the smallest truck, and I always drove Toyota Tacomas, and I wanted to do a Tacoma at first, but I found one of these trucks. Matter of fact, I found this truck in Nacogdoches, Texas. Bought it from an old farmer for I think $2,000. It was smoking a little bit out the exhaust because the previous owner that he got it from had wound up putting diesel in the gas motor, so it didn't run tip top. But my intentions were to put a LS motor in the truck, 44-inch tires, Dana 60 front axle, 14-bolt rear axle. And just kind of build it up from there. Well, halfway through the build, my buddy, who had a lot bigger monster truck than mine, he had actually broke both these axles, and he had decided to go to different axles, bigger tires. So he cut me a hell of a buddy deal. I couldn't pass up, so I scrapped the idea of 44-inch tires and those other axles and bought these axles from him, the military deuce and a halves.
And how much did it cost to build all those?
Being that I built it all, you know, by hand, by myself, the total cost of everything is somewhere around the $30,000 mark. To pay somebody to build everything how it is, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was 60 plus up to 100. I don't know.
Okay.
I've never paid anybody to build anything like this. I've never built anything like this up until I designed it and created it. The way I designed it all, or how I went about creating it all, was just piece by piece. I never had any kind of blueprints or anything. I just took a piece of metal, the main strip that goes down the center. I built that, and I built a hoop. And I was like, that's where I started off. You know, it's like, okay, well, I can put this here, and I can put that there, and just I designed it piece by piece. I've had people message me on Facebook and whatnot and get upset because I wasn't selling my blueprints. And I'm like, there's no blueprints.
Oh, okay.
I just designed it piece by piece. It's just how the whole build kind of went, you know. And I'm still adding stuff to it and modifying things, but this is just of how it's going to stay.
Okay.
What is that Texas
The idea of calling it Texas 2, I was trying to think of different names for the truck, and the train horns that are on the truck, if you know the whole name of 2, Texas 2, blowing the horn. Oh, you want to hear the horn? All right.
It's so loud.
Texas 2 for you.
I'm sure you're famous around here, huh?
Everybody knows the truck.
Everybody knows
I've
the
only
truck.
had it outside for about 2 months now. Everybody's getting to know it. So I'm about to load it up on the trailer. Once we load up on the trailer, we're gonna take it down to Nederland Avenue. Go park it out there, let everybody enjoy it, and we can watch a crowd of people drive their vehicles and show cars and whatnot.
Okay.
Enjoy the night.
Thank you.
Okay,
No problem.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
やばいっすね。テキサスって感じでも
ちょっとすごすぎる。想像をはるかに超えたトラックに出会ってしまいましたね。
これはもう日本じゃ見られないでしょ絶対。もうある意味世界一ですねこれは。
りょうさんもう拝んどいてくださいこれ。
世界一の。さっきちょっと運転したのは上にある電線とか引っかかっちゃうんでこの状態だと。ということで外まで出てきて、で今ここでちょっと乗せて今からカーショーにちょっと持っていくみたいなんで僕らもちょっとつい いてってみましょう。なんか面白そうですね。
面白そう
カーショー。そんな感じではい、カーショー編もちょっと面白かったらまた動画上げるんで見てください。ありがとうございました。